77 in my office.
I'm recording.
Right now.
And we are ready for Roundabout 79, the New York versus Shanghai show. And Craig, whenever you're ready, you can take it away.
Coming up on Roundabout, we get Shanghaied in the Big Apple. Find out what I mean by that right after this. Roundabout is sponsored by Advance Auto Parts. Visit our website, roundaboutshow.com, to get up to $30 off your next purchase. Do it!
What happened to Michelle saying this is Roundabout? Did you cut that out, Craig?
Well, it must have gotten cut out, yeah.
All right, everyone quiet. And Michelle, say this is Roundabout.
This is Roundabout.
A little more excited, maybe.
I will.
I'm just thinking.
Okay, stop talking.
All right, everyone be quiet.
Producer. This is Roundabout.
Welcome to Roundabout, episode 79, our weekly chat covering car culture, vehicle reviews, and some of the auto news you may have missed.
Greetings, everyone. You've all done very well. This week, we're devoting the entire show to coverage of the New York Auto Show, which most of the RoAb crew attended, except Ben. And, of course, the Shanghai Auto Show as well, which nobody did. And joining us via the cyberweb this week, we have a whole mess of guests. Why don't we go around the horn and find out who's here? I don't even know everyone. So who we got here? We've got Dalibor Domovsky, the one and only.
How's it going, everybody?
Glad you could make it.
This is
Roundabout.
It never gets old.
No.
It does. I need that for my ringtone.
Yeah.
And, of course, we have Charles Crome joining us as well.
Greetings.
From Livonia.
From the kitchen.
You're not far from me.
How is the backyard doing?
Not so good. But I'll tell you what, since you asked, the basement's starting to come together. Basement got drywalled.
How about that? That's great progress. I didn't know you were finishing the basement.
Well, all that water from the backyard ended up in the basement.
Oh, God.
With how many books, Charles?
About 3,500 bucks. I only lost 3, but I had to move them all upstairs, so that was a little bit of a schlep.
And are you still battling your lung infection from the black mold, or?
I'm just pretending that part didn't even happen. I found out I got asbestos flooring down there anyway beneath the carpeting, so
I'm
doomed.
The walking health hazard.
So who's next? Who else we got?
Yeah, I was just going to introduce. I think we've lost Charles there.
I don't think so.
I see Charles.
I see me.
No, he's talking.
I also hear him.
Anyway, we've got Colin Bird.
Hey.
From Chicago.
Hey, dog.
We can't see.
And he's on the loop again.
Yeah, I still believe in, the Victorian privacy, so you guys can't see what I'm doing right now. I could be doing anything.
Apparently you are an avian-themed pressure cooker, and Ben just released the valve.
No, I decided I'm a prairie chicken, one of the last surviving prairie chickens of Illinois.
You're into privacy, Colin? Because you do a podcast, you do our show, you have a Facebook, you have 2 Twitter accounts, and you write articles that get featured on Yahoo?
Yeah, well, that's still my version of privacy, so.
But no webcam.
Right.
Privacy 2.0.
Right. I'm not going to share my desktop with y'all, so don't ask.
Of course, we also have Rumble Strip.
Hola.
Yeah. Sitting in his study, it looks like. Many leather-bound books.
A few.
You smell of rich mahogany.
Actually, it's cherry shelving.
Okay. Well, good choice of timber. I approve. Joey Naranjo, lower left for the block. course, that'll
Lower
be nothing
left.
to anyone
No,
listening.
she's upper middle left.
Yeah.
It all
think it
depends
depends on-
who you're talking to.
Yeah.
I'm a centrist on the show, Craigie.
We should explain for our audio listeners that we're actually, and this explains the audio quality as well. We're all coming in via Skype, and
cell phone in
everyone
Craig's case.
almost is doing video. Yeah, and Craig's even coming in via cell phone because of, well, living out in
Because
the
of
middle
where
of
he lives.
nowhere.
Because he lives in the boonies.
That's right.
That's
I'm
right.
glad
Make
you
fun
could
of
make
Craig.
Well, thanks for having me, Craigie.
This was all Ben's doing.
Thank you, Ben.
Oh, you're so welcome. And Eric
And
is now
Colonel
Anthony
Ewing.
Bourdain on the.
I'm no colonel.
You're a Rear Admiral Stephen J. Ewing. You're like
And the
Jim
eyebrow
Hall, you
goes
also a
up.
Rear Admiral.
Hi, everyone.
That you could make it. Am I forgetting anyone except Ben?
Oh, Anthony Bourdain is here. I
Yeah.
see.
You can see on the video that Anthony Bourdain has joined us, so that's
heck yeah.
nice. That's pretty good.
Tony.
So
That
Just
is
back from traveling the world and I need a cigarette.
So, well, we are all together. How about that? To discuss, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, the New York and Shanghai auto shows. So, but before we get into that, I've got to mention one quick thing. We've got a contest going on right now. We're giving away a set of, I believe, 7 bungee cords of perfect bungees. They're called.
one for every day of the week.
Yes. Who voted that then on the site? Remember?
I don't recall, but someone was excited.
It doesn't matter. You get 7 bungee cords. You can enter to win. You've got to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/roundabout show. You've got to like us and leave a comment. We're giving these away May 6th, so get in there and start liking.
No,
They're
I mean,
late
to be
like
clear,
ours.
you don't really have to like us. You can hate us, but just like us, if you know what I mean.
On the Facebook.
On the Facebook. Here's some.
Facebook like this.
I'll throw up some.
Like us.
Here's some video of these
That's like in
perfect
single quotes.
bungees.
They're such pretty colors.
I know, aren't they?
What do they do?
They're made out of
They're beautiful
polyurethane.
beiges and browns and beiges.
Well, what
Like-
makes them so perfect?
You can play tug of war.
They're
So, yeah,
made,
we will be giving those away.
but they're made out of polyurethane, and they don't crack. They don't crumble. They don't. Do
Why
stuff.
is the other one depressed?
They don't poison the water table like other bungee cords will. These are good. These are good products here.
Did you guys make this video?
We did.
Really?
Keep your eyes out for that.
This is what Craig did instead of working on a script.
Those are Craig's hands, right?
Nothing but the
I
best.
miss. All right.
So-
Look out,
are
hamsters.
working on a.
They're
promotional
waterproof
video.
even.
Oh, is that
God,
what that
can
is?
I enter?
So anyway, yeah, go
I'm
to.
pretty sure we were here to talk about automotive.
I'm
Look
pretty
how
sure we
blatant with those.
we pretty were. I'm pretty sure we were too. But let me just reiterate: go to facebook.com/roundabout show, like our page, and leave a comment on anything between now and May 6th to be eligible to win this set of handsome bungee cords. They're
They're
perfect.
multicolored.
Do-do-do.
All right. And with that, Ben, I believe we could move on.
I think we
to the
should.
Potatoes of the show here.
Making me
Some
hungry.
of the big reveals from New York. Let's throw this one out here. 2012 Honda Civic. Did any of you that were at the show get a chance to check this car out?
What I thought was kind
What
of
are your
funny is technically the Civic was revealed a long time ago. In fact, we
Yeah.
drove it. Like a lot of people drove it way before the show even
Yeah,
commenced.
the embargo for the review was the same day as the first media day, right?
Right. So when all the rest of the media are like, "Ooh, there's the Civic," we're all like, we drove it.
I think technically the big deal was it actually went on sale the first day of media day at the auto show.
Yeah, they
and-
announced
and the reviews, and yeah, it was crazy.
they officially announced the pricing and the fuel economy. The big thing is that the hybrid is going to get 44 miles per gallon in city, highway, and combined.
Yeah, I think that doesn't it make it the second most fuel efficient car now? Or
Yeah, I think.
I think it was already actually. I have to look that up in a minute.
Aside from
I've got a
that,
question though. Could they have made it any uglier?
I don't think
so
it's ugly.
Yeah, it's not ugly, but
It's not
just
that it's
not that
ugly.
Yeah,
It's
it's
that
pretty homely.
it's
It's
completely.
certainly a step back from the 2011s, the previous generation. I like those.
Yeah.
It's just forgettable. That's all it is.
It was already an excellent car. I mean,
What is the interior? What's wrong with the inside, though? It's like the most homely, most poorly designed, from a styling standpoint at least, dashboard I've seen in a long time. And it's worse than the current version.
It's like it's gone backwards a couple generations.
Yes, they just
Steven-
don't get it.
Steven, size-wise, is this thing about the same size as a 2000 model year Accord Coupe?
It's about as big as a Civic.
Well, it's 'cause it is
Convenient because that's what it is.
No, I think it
Well
looks-
put. Well put.
From the pictures, it looks like it's even bigger than the last
No,
Civic.
it's like
It's
a
on this-
late. It's like a late '90s Accord Coupe.
it's on the same platform, Eric. So they actually did make the interior bigger, but it's the same dimensions as the last one.
I still wish we could get the Civic they sell in Europe because that one actually is cooler.
You could take that sentence and replace Civic with any other.
Insert generic statement.
See, the thing that bothers me, it's got that little like quarter window in the front by the side view mirror. Why?
It's for
Top.
it's for
That's-
visibility.
Yeah, Japanese cars love doing that.
How much are these going to cost?
They start at 16,000, a little underneath it.
That's
How
a
co-
lot of
okay, why
savings,
does-
Greg.
You guys don't think this is ugly, but why does the Cruise, the Elantra, the Focus, they all look really nice? And this,
You think the Cruise looks nice?
Doesn't
Dude.
look
Really?
Yeah, I was
Pretty
just
boring.
I was just gonna
I
say
think it's
that.
boring.
Like
I
mine?
think-
golly, come on. What's your stance?
I don't like the Cruise. I think it
Okay.
looks boring, but
I don't know. This at least looks
I do
like
too.
it looks like a Civic.
yeah, it still doesn't
That's
do
For
much
better
for me,
or,
though.
well, mostly for worse.
I have a theory about that. I wanted to pass it by you guys. That having an evolutionary design for a car like this, since Honda relies overwhelmingly on leasing, that's the reason that they do these iterative designs, is because the resale value would still be good on the last generation model. Does that make any sense? This because like you lose resale value if the car is dramatically different than the other one. No.
I don't know enough about that. I don't-
Essentially,
I
it's,
think it's mostly just because Honda buyers don't want anything too exciting. They just want what they've always had.
Right.
Mhm. Well, okay, so moving from the C segment down to the B segment, we've got the new Rio, which actually looks nice.
The
I
Imagine
think
that.
it's
so
cute.
So cute.
So cute.
It is.
Looks like a pumpkin seed.
It's like a little jelly bean.
Yeah. So Kia got it right. Peter Schreier doing a great job. I'm assuming he had a hand in this.
I think the back end of the hatch is adorable. It
I'm
is-
surprised that
Car.
so it almost says 140 horsepower, right? And it's 30, 40, and that's just a regular model without any like louvers and all these things that GM's putting into theirs and low resistance tires.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget
The
the Cruise
Elantra
is
was
a
the
much
same
bigger
way.
car.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Hey, sorry to circle back. Did anyone anything raised that the new Civic was only a 5-speed automatic?
No, because
They
that's what
should-
Honda's been doing forever.
Okay.
Imagine if the Detroit 3 were still doing it. They'd be crucified.
But the gas mileage on the
that's
Civic
right.
is better than the Cruise, like the actual Cruise models that people buy.
Hmm.
Well, it's lighter for sure.
Yeah.
Honda's
Honda
good at making
Magic.
light vehicles. But
Uh,
Kia Rio, 138 horsepower, 1.6 liter 4-cylinder, direct injection, 6-speed manual or automatic. Sounds pretty fun.
Did anyone notice that this one has start stop, but the accent doesn't mention it?
Yes.
Did anyone ask anyone there if they're gonna maybe give the accent start stop too, and the
I
push
didn't
button
ask.
start?
Ooh, push button start.
It's kind of weird that the
Really?
Rio would get it because I thought Hyundai was supposed to be the more premium of the two.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Sister
think they can
brands.
claim that anymore, really.
Yeah, I mean, because it kind of goes with Optima versus Sonata. The Optima seems like a more premium vehicle.
Yeah.
to me.
I
does,
just
yeah.
had an Optima dropped off yesterday, and that thing is, to me, it's nicer than
They're awesome.
The interior's nicer than the Sonata to me. So
Do you have
Yeah.
the turbo?
No, just the regular. But
I don't like the Turbo Sonata anyway.
But you know what's funny? The little front of the Rio reminds me a little bit of the Veloster, and that has that little upturn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Hey.
Kia Rio, and what does it say when it goes on sale? You guys know?
This summer.
Okay.
One of the
Very
interesting
nice.
things you mentioned about the front end of the Rio and how it kind of mimics the Veloster. It's interesting to note, I guess, that Kia's been doing a really good job of getting kind of a good strong brand identity together. When you look at that Optima, I think the Optima is a really nice vehicle, and even some of the changes that we saw, the rest of the New York show. But I just hope they don't get too close to what Hyundai is doing, because once you start getting a little bit of that overlap, your brand character starts to disappear. So hopefully Kia can maintain this kind of squared off, I don't know, V-shaped bow tie they have for that front end, but it's pretty hot right now. So hopefully they keep it.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to say one correction. Sorry, it's fall. It comes out in the fall.
Okay.
Whoops.
So look for it in a few months then, really. Next up, we've got the Mazda 3. Not a whole lot's changed here, but the big news is under the hood. Sky active engines and transmissions. Exciting.
Did you say Skynet?
It's self-aware.
Skynet's coming.
Yesterday.
Competitive.
Yeah, Skylab. They went live yesterday. Should all be dead.
And Craig has
Mazda 3,
no
148
idea.
horsepower, 155 horsepower, 148 pound-feet of torque, 2-liter 4, 40 miles per gallon, huh? Win.
And it's not so cutesy anymore.
Yeah, they redid the front.
Yeah.
It's still
It
smiling.
looks better.
Yeah, a little smile.
Weren't they supposed to show the Menage too?
They did, but
That's why.
No one covered it.
well, it's because that debuted in Geneva.
Right. Yeah.
So this was like the North American debut of that concept.
It's a CX-5 now, right?
Yeah. It's going to be called CX-5 because it's going to be coming to production and blah, blah, blah.
So, you guys know what's special about this Sky Active G gasoline engine, other than the ridiculous name? It's got direct injection, anti-friction coated piston.
What?
No, sorry.
Go ahead.
Stupid Skype. No, they just use it for
Alan had
everything.
an aneurysm.
That's the way they branded everything. It's a Sky Active suspension too. I mean, it's just whatever it was before. It's just rebranded.
It's ridiculous, is what it is. So, yeah, Sky Active manual transmission. So 40 miles per gallon, 2012 Mazda 3. You can get high, sky high. What's next? Oh, how about, Michelle, this is one for you. Kia Soul. They did a little rework on it for you.
They did. I think I like it. I think it looks good.
I don't know if I'm sold on that front end anymore. The LEDs are kind of killing it for me.
It does seem like the girl's getting. Is it me or is it smaller? Like a lot smaller, like to the point where it's like almost like, why is it on there? Is that an electric car?
Right.
Although, at the party they did have the Soul Shake drink, which Dan Gray from MPG-O-Matic and I decided was actually hamster urine. It was yeah. Yeah. It was
Only
made
the
with-
best from Kia.
It was made with pear juice. But I don't know. I love that line that goes all the way around it. Dolly, am I
Like
right
a
or wrong?
bathtub
I
ring.
agree with you. No, that line is just it's an awesome accent feature they have. It goes all the way around from the front side, and then it kind of curves back up.
Yeah.
but the one thing that I'm noticing, you said that grill looks like it's getting smaller. It's starting to develop carp mouth, which is what I call the old Chryslers from the late '90s that had that giant open mouth grill look, and I think
Right.
this the Soul's starting to turn into that. So.
Speaking of that character line, it's the Chrysler Sebring, it would be one generation ago. It's the 200, but technically two generations. Had that sort of almost a very similar character line that ran around it. Do you remember, Dolly?
Yeah, I think they didn't execute it in exactly the same way. I think Chrysler's was more kind of straight from front to back, whereas this you actually can follow that line up along the was the D pillar and back over towards the front, which is kind of a nice take on it.
The 1.6-liter DI 4-banger, 135 horsepower. You can also get a 2-liter 4 with 160 ponies. There you go. You can replace the Spectra, Michelle.
And it has Uvo.
Yeah, I was going to mention that,
Uvo.
has anyone noticed that that's been delayed or something? Because they said it was going to come out and it never really came out on the Sorento or the Soul like it was supposed to.
Because they're probably renaming it. It's so stupid what they call it.
Uvo.
How does it stand for your voice? Riddle me that.
Your voice, oh.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Tiny Chat has crashed, it does.
What's it amazing?
Oh, well. We still got a
turnaround
stone.
really on the Soul, right? I mean, when did it come out? In 2009? Or was it 2008?
They came out in 9 as a 10 model.
Right, and I know it's their second best-selling model, so I understand why they are doing this, but it's just really quick, these updates.
That seems like a good time to do a mid-cycle on that car.
Yeah, I didn't realize how old I didn't realize it was 2009. It seems so new.
Hey, Dolly, you're being asked in the chat room, what do you think of the color?
Of that
The Soul,
brownish.
Zoom brown.
I've got to see it in person. Brown is still kind of a hot color, but I think this brown in particular looks really muted. But I got to see it in person.
Well, speaking of muted colors,
pictures I don't like it.
the Chevy Malibu Eco they showed in a kind of, I would guess, is that a smoky sort of grayish blue, or am I just colorblind?
You're sitting in the dark, for one thing.
You skipped
Malibu Eco.
the RT, though.
The what, Charles?
The Avenger RT.
You want to talk about the Avenger RT?
Just make a little joke there, sorry.
You know what's interesting? One of the guys that works at the plant where the Malibu is made was tweeting at me yesterday that he said, first of all, it's like completely different than the concept, and I was asking him what the problem was, and he said that in the hatching area, he saw the car, a new one sitting in the hatching area where they're going to be building them. He said,
hatching, like hatchery?
Yeah, exactly. He said it was an e-assist model, which I guess Car and Driver had some pictures of, and so it's being built in the same plant as the Buick LaCrosse, and it's what the Saturn Aura was supposed to be, and then they canned that. So, yeah, just.
You know what's interesting? You're right that they said they pushed the launch date up right to the beginning, January of 2012, but realistically they can't push it up because they can't get that engine online. That's what I've been talking to people about, the 2.5 liter. So that's the reason that all the regular models, the LS, the LT, and the LTZ are going online still 6 months later, and only the Eco model is going to come in January. So it's kind of like the Regal launch where it was really, really expensive and it didn't sell well at the beginning. I guess it's still happening with the Regal, actually.
Yeah, I imagine the E-Assist Malibu is going to have to be pretty expensive.
Yeah, I think so.
I thought that I heard that the e-assist system only added like $1,500 to $2,000.
I mean, that's probably possible because the LaCrosse is going to go on sale for under $30,000, but they might be doing that for marketing reasons because that would be a $4,000 price increase from this model year.
But 38 miles per gallon, eh?
See, the problem with that mileage, though, is that it doesn't mean anything if you don't know what the 2.5 liter gets. Why would they tell you that and not tell you that the 2.5 gets 34 miles to the gallon, and you could be like, okay.
Marketing trickery.
Yep.
Trickery and deceit.
Right, because that way you buy the more expensive model and they can make more profit margin.
And that way Edmund's inside line can say GM lied.
Over and over again.
They already did that. Yeah. So overall, Malibu, pretty nice looking car. Not gonna lie. The current one was pretty nice, I thought.
Mhm.
The new one looks a little more aggressive. Thoughts?
New one looks good. Speaking of
Yeah.
looking good, I wanna talk about this Jaguar for a minute. They refreshed the XF and the XK, and the XF especially looks a lot more. It sort of has like the XJ's headlight treatment, and they've all got these new LED running lamps on it, and they had a red XFR at the show. This thing is just so good looking.
It's okay.
I mean,
Certainly
it's okay.
red. It's a Jaguar. It's going to be kind of crappy.
You know what's funny? Because I didn't work on the story. Like, I can't honestly tell the difference between it and the XF, the old one. Maybe I'm just confusing it with the XJ or something.
You must, because the
You have
XF,
dementia.
it had those sort of bulgier headlights, and
Okay. Yeah. No, never mind. I just pulled it up. Okay.
yeah,
They were like semicircular on the bottom, weren't they?
on the top.
Kind of dipped down. Oh, was it the top?
I thought.
It kind of had like a circular bump.
Anyway,
But
just
don't you miss the jumping cat on the front? And I have to say,
Yeah,
I
totally
really
miss
do
that.
not like the profile of a jumping cat on the back. I was behind one the other day on the freeway, and it just looks like a blob.
It looks like a Mustang, almost.
I wish they hadn't done that.
no, I do miss the cat on the hood.
European
Meow.
pedestrian crash loss.
Bullshit laws. Mark it down.
Done and done.
Very nice. Malibu, you guys done with that one? Throwing it away? A candy wrapper. All right, next up, Steven, we got to defer to you. FRS.
FRS.
Freaking really sweet.
Freaking really sweet. Exactly. That's what the Scion VP called it. That's what he said
That's
FRS
funny.
stands for. This car, I'm sort of torn on this one because I think it's gorgeous and it's a really cool idea. But the long and short of it is, this is the same rear drive Toyota Subaru platform that we've been seeing over and over and over again, and it's just
Two
getting
times
so
before, right?
yeah, it's just getting so drawn out there, that I'm just like, give us the car.
The
We've
Volt called, said you're taking too long to come out.
Right, like we've seen the Toyota versions of it. We've seen the Subaru chassis and engine of it, and now we're seeing a Scion concept version. It's like, just bring us the damn car.
It's still more than we've ever seen of a Model S, mind you.
Yes.
Do you guys know what the FRS really stands for? Because it's
Yeah.
like, and then it's FRS Sports Coupe. So
No, it's FRS is front engine, rear wheel drive, sport.
sports, right? And then they always said at a sports coupe, so it really is front engine, rear wheel drive, sports coupe.
I've never seen it with sports coupe. I've always just seen it branded as FRS.
It was on
Colin,
all
the
the
Department of the
Presbyterian.
Redundancy Bureau called. They're trying to get a hold of you.
I do love though that this thing has this is so conceptual. I love it. It's got 18-inch carbon ceramic brake
That's
rotors
ridiculous.
that are fixed to the wheels like a motorcycle.
It's awesome.
So
Yeah.
the wheel and brake, each wheel and brake disc is about $5,000.
Yes,
Pretty much.
That's an
But-
expensive Scion.
Yeah.
Well, I
Is
know.
that how you say it? I thought it was Scion.
I'm familiar with the cost of those ceramic discs, and they're not cheap.
Do you have ceramic brakes on the Ranger?
Yes, I do.
As a matter of fact.
Yeah, I think on this one though, the only reason they brought it out, right, is they made some Scion tweaks to it, basically from the
Yeah,
the
it's just
F86.
got it's got a sort of different look to it. But it's interesting. They're just talking about how it sort of mimics the AE86 Corolla,
Yeah, that's
and then
bullshit.
that the design was inspired by the Toyota 2000 GT and
Blah blah
No.
blah.
whatever.
Yeah.
How much do you
Like
think this is
the,
gonna cost?
Something a little more likely to get into production. Oh, in fact, it is a production car. The Volkswagen Beetle.
The well, I was gonna say, the other thing that was kind of cool on the FRS with the wheels is the fact that they were center nut wheels.
Mhm.
But
Colin,
price
to
wise,
answer your question, yeah,
35 grand.
35
No.
grand for a
No.
Scion.
No, no way.
Okay.
Mid-20s.
I
There's
don't
the
know.
Oregon Trail sale, Ben.
Yeah.
Well, did anyone notice? Sorry,
Scion died of typhoid.
Ryan.
FRS died of overpricing. So Volkswagen, Käfer, the Beetles.
Supposed to be
Generation
more
took them long enough, didn't it?
God, 10 years?
More,
Something
right?
like that.
7 years.
Yeah.
98 was the first of the new Beetle, right?
That's so insane.
Amazing.
It's funny that they can get away with that, though. Like,
Well-
not that many people complain.
Hello,
Porsche's been
Ford.
doing it
Hello,
forever.
current Ford Ranger's been around since 1993.
Yeah, but
Good point.
Did anyone
Point
notice
that.
who had gone to Detroit that they didn't even have an old new Beetle at Detroit? My kids wanted to see one. They love those things, and they didn't even have one.
What's that tell you?
Exactly.
So-
Exactly.
It's pretty. The one the 2012 model they unveiled is pretty similar to today's car with a few exceptions. They kind of flatten the roof line. Today's version's got that basically a perfect circle for the roof. Very cartoonish. This is much more aggressive, much more grown up looking, and they did a nice job inside too, just clicking through the gallery. I'm very impressed by the look of the interior.
It still has the. They still managed to figure a way how to make the Beetle front end look like a Jetta Passat.
You think?
Kind of. The lower fascia there.
Yeah. Although, but
Dolly?
a very straight profile. It actually looks quite a bit like an original 356.
how are the materials? And I didn't get a. Has anyone sat in that one? Is it better than the
Didn't get a
Jetta?
chance.
I haven't been
Probably
in
the
it.
same hard plastic, I guess.
Well, they said they're supposed to be going after Mini with that. So if
Yeah.
they're really trying to do something like that, I would hope it'd
Be
a little
nicer.
bit higher quality.
There's not
Yeah,
a
kind of-
flower vase in it any longer.
Well,
Oh.
they explicitly said they're trying to make it appeal to men, right?
Right.
More masculine looking.
Are
Well,
they-
I
they're
do
gonna-
like the interior design. That is slick.
Yeah, I'd want to mention on that. I mean, it was it the reveal in Detroit of a lot of the new VW cars. The interiors looked pretty boring, so I'm actually pretty glad to see this new Beetle actually have somewhat of an interesting interior, and they are clearly aiming at Mini with a lot of the some of the aesthetics and the Mini door has that big giant circle shape, and you can see the Beetle starting to ape that a little bit. But I think I'm pretty impressed with this interior. Just from the shots of it, the materials look really good, and the design looks really well. So
And
Yeah, I feel
I
bad
bet you
for
that
her.
piano black, this is just speculation, but that piano black trim on the dash and a little on the wheels, I bet you'll be able to order that custom colors.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Maybe.
that'll be key. I mean, if they're definitely aiming for a Mini, they're going to have to start looking at some of those custom aspects that Mini's so well known for.
hmm
I'm expecting a giant British flag on the top of the Beetle.
on the German car.
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for the Fiat 500 though, because that's I mean this little niche market's getting filled out now, and I don't think
Yeah.
the Fiat's really gonna be a winner over the Beetle. I think when people are shopping,
Mm.
Well, except for the fact that I think the Beetle's going to be significantly more expensive.
yeah, that's probably. I mean, how much is the Fiat 500? It's 15,000.
15 grand it starts at, I think.
Yeah, and I think the Beetle today is 22 or something. I haven't looked at it recently.
Well, it's a C segment car too. The Fiat's like
Right.
B, maybe
You
small
guys know what
B.
it's based on? Is it a Golf?
I would
It's
assume
Golf.
that's
It's
what
gonna be the
current
Golf
one is.
Passat
Okay.
or Jetta, pardon me.
And it's gonna the diesel, right? The diesel.
Yeah. The
Yes.
diesel and a turbocharged 2-liter.
Anyway,
Pending powertrain lineup, those are great engines, both of them.
over 50% of all Golf sold now are now TDIs.
Which is awesome.
I know. He says,
More
no,
you
you
know."
can't sell diesels to America. Nope, can't be done.
Craig, you skipped the 300 SRT8.
Yes, I did.
Why?
So you
Because
could
we
draw
are
attention
now
to it.
going to talk about the Subaru Impreza
Wait,
bought
no,
your
no, no,
hashtag.
no.
Steven wants it all.
The 300 SRT8 is awesome.
It looked really good in that white, just straight stark
Yeah.
white like that. It looked
This is
really good.
This is such a cool car. I've always loved the 300 SRT8, even the old one, and the new one. This thing is going to be so good. I can already feel it.
Did you see though how
Sure.
the on the exhaust it wasn't trimmed out? There was no transition between the actual exhaust and what looks like a dual exhaust on the back. It's actually fake covers that when you are standing kind of below it, you can see that there's like a real exhaust that's under the bumper. And it just looks cheesy because there was we forgot to transition that.
Did not notice.
I don't know.
Are you done now, Steven?
Screw you.
This is rap video material, though, the SRT8.
Oh, easy.
Oh, and
Easily.
It's
look at the size of the
blingable.
wheels.
Yeah, it's very blinkable. Yeah.
20-inch wheels.
You were going to skip the Versa, too?
No, don't skip the Versa.
Yeah, don't skip the Versa.
That
Why
must
is...
be talked.
Well, that's why you guys are here. You guys have got to get your 2 cents in. You want to talk about the SRT8, now you want to talk about the Versa.
Remind me again why Craig is running this.
No one knows.
It's the Stephen and Michelle show.
I'd listen to that.
I
can't do my work.
Nissan Versa.
The Versa. The thing I wanted to talk about with the Versa is it's sort of interesting because you see things like exactly, but you see things like the Rio and the Accent and even like the Fiesta that are using really like bold design and they're going for this sort of this sporty feeling. But we talked with the folks at Nissan and they actually said like, yeah, that's well and that's fine and all, but like the inconspicuous sedans that are simply comfortable and dependable, those are what sell.
Yeah.
I mean, the Versa
And
was
at $11,000, it's
Right.
not too bad.
like the Versa, Nissan told us the Versa was up like 20% last year, and that speaks volumes of that people just want something that's sort of comfortable
Yes.
and reliable.
It's still outselling the Fiesta. A month
Yeah.
after.
Times 2.
And they have to do something because they're not going to sell any of those cross cabriolets.
Well, this is basically almost the size of a mid-sized car now in the interior. It's 103 cubic feet.
The Versa's always been a bit bigger than the rest of
even-
the cars in its class.
It's basically it's nearly a C segment car.
Yeah.
Did I hear that it's going to be competing in the compact segment and they're bringing over a new subcompact or something?
Yeah, we're gonna get the Micra eventually.
So what are they going to drop the
Sentra.
Sentra then?
Well, we talked to them about that too, and they said that the Sentra is going to be a similar size as the Versa, but that's going to be the one that goes after the Fiesta and the other models. It's going to be nicely styled and have a high performance powertrain like it does now.
So they'll offer 2 compacts.
Essentially, yes. One that's cheap, one that isn't cheap.
It'll be like Tempo and Topaz all over again.
I hope
Not.
not.
I mean, it makes sense, I guess, if it's actually if the Sentra is actually based off the Versa or vice versa. I didn't mean to do that, but it happened.
Hey,
Steve,
what
Steve,
happened?
Brilliant.
Steven,
okay.
if we have twins, can we
Subaru
call them
Impreza.
Tempo and Torso?
Tempo and Topaz. Yeah.
You can keep the beat with the tempo. No.
Crickets. Crickets.
No.
Subaru Impreza. Another homely Subaru.
Oh, yeah.
Hot.
Okay, tell me
36
about
MPG.
one pretty Subaru though.
Yeah, none of them.
They're
Exactly.
purposefully
The
ugly cars,
SVX.
though.
Yeah.
They had to do something to get the fuel efficiency up, and then I guess that's the point to this.
Mhm. I mean,
36
Subaru,
miles per gallon on the highway. Most fuel efficient all-wheel drive car, they're claiming.
Yeah, that outbeats the
Good.
S64, right? Which is, I can't remember what the gas mileage is, but that was the highest before.
It's true.
So 2-liter 4-banger, horizontally opposed, of course, 148 horsepower, and a new CVT.
I don't doubt that this thing will still be pretty good to drive.
Well, the big thing is they lightened it a reasonable amount of weight, right?
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
Like
I
100.
mean, the Imprezas have always been pretty decent to drive, the base ones. And you don't have to look at it when you're sitting behind the wheel. So
Yeah, well, I just had the WRX, that blue one you had and broke the turn signal on, Steven.
I didn't break the turn signal on it. We discussed this. It was broken.
Yeah, but he was
Okay.
drinking. Even
Is that what you tell the fleet, Steve? It was broken.
Well, I'll break
Yeah,
the.
somebody put their foot through the headlight. Yeah, it was like that. When I got that car.
I'm gonna come.
Yeah,
running
that was
down
a great
in my
little car to
STI.
drive, but just, God, the door panels were all rock hard plastic, and it's just not all that comfortable.
Well, yeah, it's funny. I was talking about this with a coworker. I have an STI right now, and it's the same sort of example of like, this is the car that I want. Like, I love the STI, but I get in it and I'm like, this interior kind of sucks, and like this sound
And it's
system isn't good, but
$34,000.
and it's $34,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
don't know
lot
if
of
you noticed
savings,
this, Steven.
Greg.
What?
That was Jeff.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
Recording.
He
Oh.
just was mentioning that was a lot of savings, Craig.
Oh.
Ben has that recorded.
That's a lot of
in an
savings,
SOP.
Greg.
Sounds like a robot.
Okay, well, Steven, did you notice on maybe you've noticed it on the STI you've got right now, but like the door skins are so like thin or something. You open the door handle and you get this sort of hollow sound.
You do.
Sounds really poorly.
You do.
1986 Corolla thickness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He loves.
Did anyone?
I mean, his Subarus though.
I do. I see. That's the thing is it's not that great of a car in terms of build quality, but I love Subarus. I do. I know this Impreza is not exactly sexy and it's not exactly the greatest proposition in the world, but I don't doubt that I'm really gonna like driving it. Subarus just have this sort of feeling to them that no other car has.
I have
What
two
makes a
questions.
Subaru a
about this.
Subaru, I understand.
First off, is this the same engine that's going? This is a new engine, right? Is this the same engine that's going into the Scion Toyota thing? Because they say that that's a 2-liter boxer.
Yeah,
And this
I
is
don't
a
know.
2-liter.
They're getting
gotta be
that car
related.
is getting a 2-liter boxer as well, but I was under the impression that the one in the Toyota Scion thing was going to be closer to 200 horsepower.
But you think it's still the same architecture? So they have the same displacement that they're only telling us that so far.
It
Yeah.
could be. I wouldn't rule it out that the two engines are related, but it's not. I don't think it's the exact same one.
Okay. And my other thing is, why can't Subaru just come out with a front-wheel drive car if it's really that imperative to have something that's cheaper and like actually compete and have a compact car instead of just having all mid-sized cars that they. I guess this is a compact car, but you
Yeah,
know what I
this
mean.
is-
Like, why don't they just
size.
do a front-wheel drive car? Like,
Because that's
They
their whole
used to-
thing is they,
that's a
They
recent
always-
phenomena, though, right? Right. I mean, what was the last legacy? Was front-wheel drive in the late '90s? No.
I don't think so. I think Subaru.
Even the Justy was all-wheel drive.
Yeah, I don't know that Subaru. This isn't just a new thing, and that's sort of always been there. Their
The
whole
Justy
deal
came
is-
in 4-wheel drive too.
Yeah, we have all-wheel drive cars.
I thought in the '90s that I thought this was a recent marketing thing when they switched to being Australian somehow and everything was all-wheel drive. But never mind.
Well,
Forget
next up, got to talk about the 2013 Taurus. Yeah,
I was
Taurus.
I was a little tired of the Taurus by the time I left.
Why, Michelle?
Is there a personal story behind that?
No, it's just that I went to 3 Taurus, kind of events, and I looked at it, and it looks very much the same as it always did, with a little bit more sculpting on the hood, and it's,
Did it
I
lose
don't know.
Not a whole lot going on here, no. Except the addition of an EcoBoost 4-cylinder
right.
base engine. Which
I
should
thought it
get
was a
up to
3.5.
31. What?
I thought it was a 3.5 liter, right? The 2 and the
The
3.5.
the SHO is a 3.5 liter EcoBoost, but
Yeah,
the
but there's
standard
also
Taurus
They
is going to
still
be a
offer
2 liter.
the space basics 290 horsepower, I think.
Yeah, there's a base, the 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6, or you can get the 2 liter EcoBoost 4, and then the show is the one that gets the 3.5 EcoBoost, which did not get more power like we were promised.
Well, I suspect the transmission couldn't handle more power. Would be plausible explanation, but
I
they're
don't
probably
know.
they're probably given X amount of dollars to do this mid-cycle enhancement refresh, and they ran out of money after they, engineered it for the EcoBoost, the 4-cylinder, and tweaked the interior. They probably just ran out of money to do it.
Is it just me, or are refreshes just gross, like styling wise? Like, why even bother? I mean, like, it's so obvious if they give it to consumers that this is not a new car. There was no point to do that to the face of it. It doesn't look any better.
I like the new face though. I think it looks a little bit better, to be honest, especially in the show, guys. I like it.
Do you think it'll sound like that little engineered sound they had on the video at the
No. Oh my God, no.
on show day?
No.
What was that?
My STI doesn't even sound like that. Like
So
it was
Taurus, 2013 Taurus, not a whole lot going on there.
no.
But Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT8.
Mm-hmm.
I got a
About
real
that
red wagon.
They used the same sound effect when they were playing the video of it.
I
As
think
the
they could
Taurus.
have. I think the Jeep could do without those LEDs or something. The front end to me is just messed up.
It looks massive,
Baltimore.
that front end. It's
Yeah.
I mean, just looking at the shots of it, I don't know. Maybe painting the grill red isn't doing it for me, but yeah, it just looks huge. It makes the headlamps look tiny, and
Mhm. I can't figure out what it is though. I don't know if it's the little chrome inserts and the lower air intakes, or if it's the LED strips and how they're sort of like cut out from the middle of the bumper. I just don't know what it is, but there's something about the front end that looks like it should be removed.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That chin splitter effect on the bottom. I don't care
Yeah.
for the bumper.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just weird.
There's a lot going on
the
there.
cow catcher.
I like how, by the way, that Chrysler doesn't seem to know how to figure out how to integrate adaptive cruise control into the styling of the front end. They're the only automaker that has a giant ass camera always in the front of their cars.
Yeah, well, they've got a limited funds, Colin. They got to spend it wisely, so they put that splitter on instead.
At 12% interest rate they're paying to the feds.
They're at the whims of their suppliers. The suppliers, it's like not going to happen. It's going to go in here like this.
But 6.4 liter Hemi, 465 horsepower, 465 torque. Come on.
I'd
Now
rather
run
Perfect,
ugly.
perfect for
That
$4
was
a gallon gasoline.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah,
great timing,
Perfect
Chrysler.
timing.
Perfect timing. God, they're so toast.
People will buy these, though, guarantee it.
Mhm.
I see people driving Trailblazer SS's around. I mean,
Hey, that was a hot model when it was new.
no.
When it was then, whatever year that was.
Years ago. Oh, yeah. Well, that's pretty much the New York Auto Show for 2011. Any cars we missed? We could have talked about the Hyundai Accent, maybe, but we got that with the Rio, I think.
Yeah, but the accent's
Oh.
different.
Yeah, it's different.
What about the Lexus LFGH QR7?
I like that. That's hot.
Yeah,
Wait,
or the
All right,
The
let's talk about that
concept-
one. Last one for New York.
no. We got to talk about the A class too. That's kind of a big deal.
All right,
the
then let's
concept
skip the
A-Class?
Lexus and do the A-Class. A-Class.
Okay.
All
A
right.
class.
Okay. It
So-
had a
Put my
nifty
foot down.
grill.
A-Class.
So
Yeah,
which one are we doing first? The
Galaxy Grill
Lexus?
is whatever they called it.
Mm-hmm.
We're just doing the A-Class now.
Yeah, the
stars.
A class. The A class is really interesting. It's coming to America finally though.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be like 4 body styles based on this one
Hmm.
A class platform.
Did
Well,
you
when we
guys see
asked
the
them, they
press
said
conference
there
for
was-
this?
Hmm?
The press conference for this was freaking crazy. Those singers.
Yeah, there were singers.
Did anyone find that offensive, by the way? The Janis Joplin thing?
Yeah, that was bad.
What'd they
That's not
do?
what she intended. Well, they used, she should have known this was going to happen. Well, maybe she was young. Never mind.
Oh
Did you guys
Lord,
hear?
won't you
Did
buy
you guys
me?
hear about the Mercedes-Benz dealer where they had an event there earlier in the week where they showed the A class to people, Have you heard about this thing? It's a 5-story tall dealership that encompasses over 7 acres of floor
Oh,
space.
the Manhattan dealer.
Yeah, in Manhattan, 7 acres.
Well, it goes up, I think. It's like 5.
Yeah, it's 5 stories tall, but still, that's a huge amount of space.
And I heard
What's
they
for all-
store their cars in New Jersey.
I was going to say it's all the people on the
Inventory.
upper west side who are traders on Wall Street who use it to drive out to the Hamptons on the weekend.
New York City!
Yeah, when we asked Mercedes, they said it wasn't a sure thing still that it was coming here, or maybe they're just playing coy. But they said they were considering it. You know how they PR people always act.
Do you
Now,
think
did I read this
Especially going to go for something like this?
Sorry,
Do you think U.S. customers would go for something this small for
I don't know.
Mercedes?
The A3 doesn't sell well, so I doubt it.
You know, no matter how nice it is, I think it's still going to be too small.
The
And
A3
expensive.
is the A3 is about $4,000 overpriced.
Yeah, the same thing with the BMW 1 Series. So do you think Mercedes would actually do a better job?
No,
So that is the Mercedes A-Class for perhaps 2012, 2013, who knows? And I believe we can wrap up the New York Auto Show for now. But after the break, we'll have a full discussion of what went on in Shanghai. Yes, in China. Can you believe that, Ben?
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh no! I have to stop being on this.
Can I blame that on Jeff too?
Yes.
That was Jeff. Jeff wanted to pre-record that.
So for now, I'd like to take a couple minutes to talk about our good friends at Advance Auto Parts. Sure, you've heard of Advance. If you haven't, visit our website, roundaboutshow.com, and click on their advertisement on the right-hand side of the page, and you can save big money.
Certainly you don't mean me.
No, anyone.
Wow.
Can save big. Jump on your iOS-equipped device or your
Okay.
Android-powered telephone. Go to roundaboutshow.com in the web browser. You'll see on the right-hand sidebar of the page, which is the right, the little Advanced Auto Parts button. Go ahead and click that on. It'll take you right to their website, and it'll give you access to an exclusive affiliate offer. Are you ready for this? I hope you're sitting down. Hope you brought an extra pair of socks because I'm going to knock them off. You can save $10 on a purchase of $30, $20 on a purchase of $50, or $30 off a purchase of $100. How about that?
I think that's
Yeah.
pretty fantastic.
I think so too.
That's
So
amazing.
it's very important. It's more than amazing. It's stupendous. Very important, though, to get these deals, you have to go through the link on our website, roundaboutshow.com. Again, that's on the right-hand sidebar. Navigate there. You can't miss it. Click on the link. Follow it through to Advance. And that's how you get the savings. Also, any order exceeding $75, you get free shipping. And you can even get free shipping and pick up in store if you'd rather do that. Talk to the friendly folks at Advance. We do appreciate their help. Right, Ben?
That's right, Craig.
They're a solid sponsor of the Roundabout podcast.
They's good folks.
They is. So, as I promised before the brief commercial interlude, we were talking about Shanghai. We are talking about Shanghai. So first up, we've got the BMW M5 concept. What can you guys tell us about this?
It's awesome.
It's a new V8 auto stop start.
It's a V-type 8-cylinder engine.
Available with manual in America.
Ooh, one of like 3 vehicles still.
M5 is so awesome. I can't wait
It's
to
a
drive this.
sexy car.
Yeah.
I really like how
Oh,
they.
that was a sigh.
No, I was just gonna say I like how they did the M version of the F10 5 Series because I was kind of worried about it for a minute, but I think it looks really good. It's a lot better than the last gen M5 in terms of appearance, anyway.
Yeah, in terms of styling. But
Ugly.
But this is a
So
concept.
I'm sure it'll be a hell of a performer.
Mhm.
Turbocharged V8.
Yeah.
All kinds of fast goodies.
Mhm.
And it'll be more fuel efficient, 25% more fuel efficient from the
So
13.
like 8 miles per gallon.
Yeah, the last one got 13 mpg in the combined cycle. So
Amazing. And it's got fender vents too. I wonder if they're functional. We'll have to ask Jim Hall, because I'm pretty sure he would know. And in fact, he was probably even in Shanghai.
More than likely.
So, Kia K2, another Kia concept. And a post by Zachary Bowman. No
This
less.
car is so cute too. Look at it.
I
Like a
haven't read
sunken
anything.
op-
What is this thing?
It's adorable. It's basically the sort of Chinese market Rio.
So it's cheaper.
Yeah, it's got a 1.4 liter or a 1.6 liter engine. It's just it's the Chinese market Rio, basically.
Oh, so it's crappy, is what you mean?
It just looks like a really little itty bitty Optima.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. I love those wheels Kia's been doing, those flat ones with cutouts for the spokes.
Yeah, those are delicious.
They're like cookie cutters.
1.4. Exactly. Like a spritzer cookie, right?
Yeah, you could extrude.
Exactly.
Does anyone know why these fog lights, these L-shaped fog lights, are getting so popular? They're like in all the small cars right now. Is it like one supplier just pushed it to all the OEMs, and they're like, yeah, why not? We'll figure out a way to get that on the car.
It may just be to help proportionally, make them look more efficient, I guess.
Eric is taking a picture.
You're a little bit behind. That was during the commercial.
Like 45 minutes ago.
I don't know what. The camera is there. You're looking at it right now, Eric.
That's funny. Your video must be super behind.
He's in the
So
boondocks.
1.4 liter 4-cylinder, 107 neck-breaking horses.
It's impressive.
Or a 123. So it sounds like a pretty similar powertrain to what we're getting here in the Rio.
No,
No.
ours is way better.
Well, 4-cylinder, 1.6 liters, manual or automatic.
Different power. A lot.
Similar,
But different.
but it's a powertrain.
Different.
Separate but
138
equal.
horsepower and probably more fuel efficient. Ours.
Next up, Audi. Just ignore that steamroll. Move ahead. Another
What's steamroll
e-tron.
mean?
It's an e-tron.
I don't like what you said, so I will ignore it and move on.
They're all e-trons, aren't they?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one has doors, and it's based off that really, really sexy A3 that we saw in Geneva.
And it has a roof.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Are they
Nice
just
looking little car
slapping the name e-tron on everything they make now?
Anything that
Everything.
has some sort of electricness.
So it has a radio, so it's the
Right.
Yeah,
AM, FM, no less.
cassette.
there it is.
What are they saying here? It's the 5-cylinder turbo engine that was in the other A3 concept is gone, understandably, and they've replaced it with a 1.4-liter 4-cylinder, 211 horsepower, plus a 27 horsepower electric motor.
So is
0 to 60 in
Audi?
6.8 seconds.
Does Audi have a? I can't remember right now. Do they have a hybrid car?
Not at the
Q5
moment.
hybrid. That's
Because
on
the
its way.
the Volkswagen Touareg hybrid. So I figured must have given Audi one of those.
Well, the Q5 is different because it's the smaller one. They're not doing I don't know if they're doing a Q7 hybrid. But there's also going to be. I thought there was going to be there's an A8 hybrid coming too.
Yeah, they seem to be getting a little bit behind BMW and Mercedes on the whole, fulfilling cafe fuel efficiencies type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they're
Oh,
putting
yeah.
so much money into electric right now.
Them or
Jetta
BMW?
hybrid, as Jeff Ross points out in the chat room.
Oh yeah.
Jefferson Ross made it, huh? Welcome,
To
Jeff.
To the chit chat.
You're in the chat. Yeah, good. So
The
they've
chitty
got to
chat.
be coming out with one of these A3s for production if they're hinting at it, twice now. This has got to be a pretty close
Oh yeah,
final design, I would think.
I would think that the A3 that we saw, because it was a sedan, and Audi's long talked about how they want to do an A3 sedan in the U.S. That's going to happen.
So the e-tron is going to be used for. I thought originally it was supposed to be an electric car, so now they're going to bilk it as a hybrid. Is that what's
Well,
happening?
I'm sure the e-tron is just what they're branding as the concept version, but yeah, it'll probably just be A3 hybrid when it launches.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
So moving
It's gonna
along,
be
another green
the
car.
NHC, the new hybrid car.
Moving
Your
along,
wordsmith.
the next vehicle is also green. Subaru XZ concept. That is quite a shade of green.
It's cute.
Even you wanted to talk about this one, so go ahead.
Yeah,
I have nothing to say.
I like Subarus. That's because you don't have any taste.
Burn.
Yeah. No, it's kind of Impreza based, Impreza looking, but it's still unclear as to whether or not this is going to come to the States. But if it does, it wouldn't necessarily be like an Outback Sport. It might just be something new altogether.
Yeah, I think they were trying to shy away from that, using that nameplate again, right? Because it confuses people with the regular Outback.
Yeah, because the Outback is legacy based. They're trying not to do that anymore, so it's sort of uncertain as to what is going to happen with the XV. But don't be surprised if it makes its way over here.
Yeah, this definitely looks like the Impreza, like from the front and the back.
I think you can totally tell it's a concept, though, because it looks more like the original Impreza concept than it does the Impreza production car.
Right.
And the Impreza concept was really stunning.
Was that sort of was that silvery gunmetal kind of?
Yeah, back from LA.
Yes. That was good looking, definitely. Make the transition.
Maybe it's just the green and the electric green color and the blue and the headlamp stuff, but the proportion it's almost very toy like when you kind of look at it, especially that side view shot of it. The kind of the scale, and of course those giant ass wheels on there. Sorry if I can't say ass, I just said it twice. Those giant wheels on there. I like this a lot better than the other Subaru we just looked at from the New York show.
Aww.
I think Lola's chiming in.
I guess he doesn't agree with me.
Who is that?
It's Lola.
The gigantic horse dog.
Yeah.
Lola.
Oh, God. Hey, big girl.
Although Captain Universe concept.
Were you talking to me, Stephen?
Huh?
Were you talking to me?
I didn't call you nothing.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. So what do
Although Captain Universe.
Captain
ugly.
Universe?
It's a weird one.
It's so
Sides of
ugly.
disgust.
Look at this thing. It's just.
Are we unraveling? What's happening?
I don't mind it. It's not that bad.
I don't know. The
It's
wheels look like they weren't put in the right spots almost.
It literally looks like it was printed out, like on a printer.
Yeah.
Like, did the Chinese designers come up with this, or was the Swedish? Were they involved with this at all? Like, this is weird. I don't get it.
I don't.
Very un-Volvo.
Yeah.
That domed roof thing is really odd.
It's got a power dome too.
Yeah, it's really strange, and I want them to kill it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blank sheet metal on this vehicle. A lot of blank sheet metal. There's like hardly any details. There's no lines that that excite me. That front grille is way too tiny for that fascia. It's
Hood looks.
oh god.
Yeah.
So, Jeff Ross tweeted a picture out earlier when that came out, and it showed the profile of this versus the Ford Interceptor.
Same thing.
Yeah, I mean it's shocking how similar the profiles were on this.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me like of some doodle like from the 1950s, of what they thought a futuristic car would be.
I can see that.
Welcome to the future. In the year 1960, we'll all be driving these.
Eastern
So
Time Zone, Detroit, Michigan.
Did you guys see
Close enough.
some of the details on that interior where they have the flower
Or something?
print on the almost fine china material? Their usage of ceramic on the shifter and on the dash, and it's so bizarre.
Yeah, it's
I do
really
like that
weird.
laser etching, though. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that actually comes to interior soon. I thought maybe it was coming to the XTS.
I think all the designers were high.
They just let the
Wanna get high?
the Chinese designers just like go with it on this one.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
threw their hands up and said, "Whatever," you know.
Do what I want.
Yeah.
I'll do what I
The
want.
last one we got here, guys, Buick Envision concept from
Jesus.
Shanghai.
Oof.
Gross.
Another crossover, great, just what the market needs.
But
Tailored
it's
to the Chinese market.
It's
So
those
How do you-
L6
a
headlights. It's
How do you get in it?
You get absorbed into it.
it
Yeah, beamed in.
is giant scissor doors.
Scissor doors.
Is it like conductive entry? Suck me inside of it.
Does look a wee bit dangerous.
Yeah, it's got these two giant scissor doors.
Wow.
It's got a pretty big butt too. You know?
I really hope this isn't the future of Buick because it's going to look an awful lot like an Infinity, you know? That's their design theme right
That's a
now.
good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of this one.
I don't know if I like how all the sort of design elements on the front end all point towards like a point at the Buick logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like
a
it's
Buick.
like it's wearing like a strap-on nose or something. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Someone's got to Photoshop that. A strap-on nose.
It's just weird.
Does anyone actually think that
Find
this
something.
hints to our, whatever they're going to call it, the Encore was the rumored name? Our compact Buick?
No,
Crossover.
I don't think so.
No.
This is even far out for American Buick design.
Well, this was another one
Dolly.
designed by one of the Asian designers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is another for the Chinese market thing.
Yep.
Right.
Mhm. The
Question for you, Dolly. In the profile view, it looks like the car is sitting above the tires to a wall or something. It's weird. Unless
Yeah.
they just brought up
So
lower
generally,
line or
when
something.
you're looking at this from a car designer standpoint, you want to keep that the bottom of a vehicle. You want to keep it below the middle point of a tire, because then it starts to look way too top heavy, especially over that rear tire. It's like it's way above that center point of that tire, and
yeah.
it's I don't know. I don't know what's trying to drive over, but probably a lot of hills with slopes.
Yeah, these tires are surprisingly not flattering for a concept car. Got huge sidewalls.
Yeah. So that, I think, guys, we can wrap up the Shanghai show and
Shanghai?
process this episode of Roundabout. Good hustle, everyone.
Good hustle.
You stay classy.
Pat each other on our butts. Good hustle.
Whoa.
Yeah, let's.
Yes.
Awkward.
More dirty
So
talk.
yes,
Craig
you
says
guys
he
for
does
joining
not
us.
touch himself.
Colin
Whoa.
Bird,
Yo.
Autobird,
No.
Cars.org or something.
Cars.com, KickingTires.com.
What are you working on right now? Reviews, videos, what's going on?
We just put up to all our winter testing for the Chevy Volt and the Nissan Leaf we bought, and that's up right now, and definitely take a look at that, especially for the Leaf, about just the fluctuating range and how, it was so unpredictable.
Yeah.
And we're going to do winners and losers, our top picks of the auto show next Monday, on Monday.
Well, very good. Thank you for making it. I know it's been a free-for-all here, but we're glad you could join us.
Well, yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Dalibor Domovsky,
Yes.
what's going on? What are you working on?
Right now I'm working on a tough loss to Stephen Ewing on Words with Friends, but I will get you back. No, I'm actually working on a bunch of articles, I guess you could say, at the moment. You guys caught me at an opportune time.
Very good. Where can people find you?
Yep.
Or work?
Sidequesting.com and twitter.com/coolrats, since we are officially selling Car Design Fetish. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. So you'll be tracking our car stuff in other locations.
Okay. Keep us up to date. Keep us abreast of what's going on.
You said
Charles Chrome, Autotropolis.
Yes.
Glad you could make it for this free-for-all.
Glad to be here. I'm just doing my daily Autotropolis thing, and you know what? I just posted a review on Auto Savant. I had a Silverado HD 3500 4x4 course.
Man,
so that was interesting. Yes.
Oh,
I
you
love
find
those
that on
for all the
Autotropolis,
wrong
right?
reasons.
Yes.
And Eric is showing us Lola, or he showed us Lola 3 minutes ago.
Exactly,
There
correct.
she is.
15.
So, Charles, thank you as always. Mr. Rumblestrip, Eric Tritko,
Yes, sir.
rumblestrip.net and elsewhere.
Yes. Hopefully
What news
this week.
and reviews?
Yep. Hopefully this weekend I'll be finishing my review of the Prius I had in December.
Oh, so you're on top of things.
Well, actually, that's the only thing I haven't. I'm caught up with it. Well, actually, I take that back. I still got to do the Jetta review too. So, but working on stuff. So, and then announcing it Mile and Dragway tomorrow night, Saturday. So.
Oh, how nice. Racing is starting up again in Michigan.
It is. Very excited.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Naranjo, Ms. Motormouth,
Yes,
Twitter.
darling.
and
I am.
Auto Bytel.
I am. I'm actually in my office. I think I'm going to start doing the show from here. I'm going to figure out how to get beer in here, but, you know.
Automotive by telephone, right?
No, there's a website.
Oh, you can't call in?
I have a desk phone that's never rung.
Press 1
Well, we
for
can fix that.
SUVs.
Give us
Press
your
2
number.
for crossovers.
What if you have a rotary dial then?
I don't. It's actually got too many buttons, so I didn't even have the number put on my business card because I don't want people to call it.
What are you working on? Anything exciting?
Just setting up for the relaunch in June. We've got a jillion articles that we're producing right now, so
140 articles in 20 days.
140?
yeah, I have more than one writer.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
In 20
Yeah.
days?
It's fun because
Sounds like a
I get lots and lots of people like crawling out of the woodwork going, "Hey, do you have work?"
Give me jobs.
Work. Well, thanks for joining us, Naranjo.
Well, thank you, Craigie, and thank you for the lovely time at the New York Auto Show. You were just
Shaw.
a real friendly type.
Oh, yeah. And Stephen Ewing, you were also there. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a friend at the New York show.
Thank you for being a friend. Bum, 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 bum.
Saved
You
it.
need that sound.
He's never heard the song.
Autoblog.com. You are the test fleet coordinator manager.
He just totally blew by my Golden Girls reference. He's like,
It's really good with steamrolling on this episode. It's good.
yeah, I make.
It's a delay over the phone. It's like. But I'm
Yes,
gonna blame.
I'm with the auto blogs, and I make the cars happen amongst other things.
You're a programmer.
You're
I'm
the
a
test
programmer.
fleet directional manager for the northeastern region. I understand. Sole
For the
executive
country region.
He's
The
not.
Country region.
Country region.
You do Autoblog China too.
I do not do auto blog China.
Oh man. Well,
Speaking
Steven,
of
pleasure as
The
always.
fleet, though, stay
Hi, Lola.
tuned. We're getting our new long-term car on Monday.
Ooh.
And what is that?
I can't tell you.
Is it a Subaru?
It's not a Subaru.
Is it another
Indeed.
Equus?
It's another Equus. Yeah, we're gonna have two Equi.
You can have Equi.
Equi.
Well, Stephen, thanks for joining us. And did I miss anyone? No. Okay.
Ben
Great.
Sanders.
He's He's fine.
Meh.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm here too.
Colonel.
And remember, you can watch Roundabout live every Friday evening starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 3:30 Pacific. And don't forget to check out the rest of the Autoline family of fine programs, including Autoline Detroit, Autoline After Hours, and, of course, Autoline Daily. And if you want your question or comment addressed, you can always get in touch with us on the RoAB hotline. Just give us a call at 1-559-RoAB-411. That's 1-559-762-2411. Also, check out the Roundabout Emporium on our website. Buy all kinds of great Roundabout branded gear, from T-shirts and hats to hoodies and mugs. Great stuff at the Roundabout Emporium. Follow the link on the right-hand side of the website. You can't miss it. We're on Twitter, twitter.com/roundaboutshow. We're also on Facebook. That's predictably facebook.com/roundaboutshow.
Where you can enter our contest.
Like us and leave a comment on the page to be entered to win, as we mentioned earlier, a set of perfect bungees. And we'll have more details on that next week, or right now. Start entering today. Again, like us and leave a comment on the page. Anything on there, like good or bad. You will be entered to win a set of these unique polyurethane bungees. Great. Once again, that's facebook.com/roundaboutshow. Like us and leave a comment. We do appreciate it. And if you never want to miss an action... Thank you, Michelle. And if you never want to miss an action-packed episode, subscribe. We're on iTunes and, of course, the Zune Marketplace as well. And with that, we can wrap things up. Thank you for listening, and please join us again next week as we circle the roundabout. We'll talk to you then.
I got a real red wagon.
And we're out.
Very good, folks. That was about.
That was awesome.
Did you have a timer running on that, Craig? Was that an hour-ish?
Hour and 10, roughly.
Not bad.
No, I was steamrolling.
You're the steamroller.
You're steamrolling us.
Someone's got
to keep you
Jeez.
Guys in check. Yeah.
Like a tube of, what am I trying to say? Toothpaste.
Did we accomplish
He's efficiently
60
squeezed.
cars?
Well, were there 60 cars to do?
No, so we could have had a 30-minute show.
I could barely get you guys through an hour. Well, great job, everyone. Thank you, as always.
You've all done very well, right, Craig?
You've all done very well.
Thanks, Craigie.
Huh?
That wasn't me.
The dog's adorable.
Craig, you're going to love this dog in the next 3 minutes or so when you see it.
When the telegraph makes its way out.
Hilarious, isn't it? Yeah, it makes sense.
So you're tethering your phone to your computer?
No, I've got a MiFi, and I'm calling on the phone. So AT&T worked pretty well. I'm impressed. No droppages.
Do you have 4G or whatever? You guys have HSPA plus?
No, it's just 3G, Verizon, and the phone's AT&T. It's even more remarkable.
Actually. Surprised that you were able to stay on. Actually, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Hells yeah. Well, thank you guys. Great job.
All right.
Appreciate it.
So do you want to see it? Can I do a Jeff Ross and I can show you the office? You're looking at there's the monitor and the.
You have two monitors?
Yeah. Well, that's the laptop, and then I have an external 27-inch monitor. And then but I still have a CRT TV.
Yeah. Cathode ray tube.
Yeah. This is a pile of junk, and then let's see. Zoom in. Oops. Wow. That's a piece of artwork I just got. It's printed on. It's a photograph printed on canvas, so kind of cool.
Nice.
And then this is another one I got from friend Scott, which is a picture at the MotoGP race at night in Qatar, and the exhaust, he caught it, so like there's flame coming out of the exhaust. So, anyways, I thought it was kind of cool.
This episode of Roundabout Cribs brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. Please visit roundaboutshow.com.
Couple helmets up there. Past racing books.
Talk about steamrolling.
More books.
What are books?
Steamrolling sounds sexual.
Anyways. And of course,
We're still live.
I'm gonna write. Oh, really? I'm writing the Urban Dictionary definition right now.
Oh dear.
my union supervisor on the floor.
All right, I'm gonna eat dinner, din, and then
Yeah, I'm leaving
thanks,
too.
Same here.
All right, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Yep,
Bye,
thanks.
kids.
Stupendous work, Colin. Thank you.
Anytime you need me, I'm always somewhere. So
Wherever you are, there you're at.
right.
Wherever you're at, there you are.
Yeah. See you later, guys. Thanks
Take
for
care,
having
Hey,
me.
Charles.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye, Charles. Bye.
See y'all.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.